Welcome, you guys. Welcome, Crespi. Welcome, buddy. Okay, here's what we're doing. I'm just checking in, you guys. I'm just checking in. Okay, here's the deal, man. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Dude. Okay, I want to say you gotta trust the universe. Welcome, Replay. I guess they're on YouTube or something, too. Welcome, Replay, and everybody. And Crespi. Okay, you gotta trust the universe, you guys. Here's what we're hashtagging in this particular video. Check in, that's what we're looking for. Get love. If anybody needs a little bit of advice, I'll throw it out there. This is about your third eye, your Holy Spirit, real estate, and your sanctuary, and your tabernacle, and the Christ. All right. Now share this broadcast now. Share this broadcast. We're going to bring them in. I would like to get a little more light, but we don't always have all of the light resources. Okay. So here's the deal, man. Things go on, right, in real estate. And politics and economics, right? But here's the deal, you guys. And how about the housing situation for everybody, right? What's that fucking like? What's that about? How come it costs, like, all this money just to fucking have a roof over your head where you're not going to be die of exposure? What's up with that, okay? So all these things in mind, guys, like, in spite of all these things, you know what I'm saying? In spite of any obstacles, in spite of the desperate situation that we appear to see, what I want you to know is that, like, everything is provided, okay? And the more that, like, you trust the universe and the less you sweat all the details and you trust that it will provide, and you do the things the universe instructs you to do occasionally, you know, if you do most of those things, yes, everything's going to be provided. I mean, I'll tell you what's going on. So I do like, deal with gang stalking from occasion. There's, like, residual stuff that's, like, not as hot all the time. But, like, you know, at Walmart, I've been slandered, so like all the Walmart employees have a little program. They don't even get to play with the computer at Walmart, but that's for another video. Anyway, so like housing is already a thing, and then like you've got to deal with like with all this extra stuff, right? Extra stuff. So basically, at a certain point, you guys, I was like, I've gone through the housing situation. I've seen like the worst. I've seen some of the worst, you know, that you could think of. And at a certain point, I was like, you know what? Some of this is beyond my control, right? Some of this is beyond my control. And so, like, just more lately, though, I guess, like, more lately, I've been, and this is just not going to work, it's fine. So more lately, though, I've been, like, really trusting, and, like, shit's been, like, trying to go crazy off the wall, but it's like the universe wants to keep teaching me this one lesson, right? And so I'm pretty much figured it out, which is that you're supposed to trust the universe. And even though, like, if you don't get the call to do something, and if something seems wrong, like, don't go with that. But if it seems right, like, go with it, okay? Like, those types of instincts, right? We're talking about your third eye, your awareness, right? So, like, others will judge you, dude. And if you're doing shit right, you'll be fucking slandered and shit, you know? Like, you'll even see that aspect of it. But if you're doing shit right and you remain in truth, man, grace just surrounds you. Okay, so, like, at lunch break today, like, I got, like sort of evicted, but also, like, found a place all in one breath, right? And, like, it's whatever, like, and the timing worked out to where, like, the place I'm about to step into is, like, super convenient, and, like, it just worked out to where, like, this place worked out for a couple days, and then this other place opened up that's going to work out better. You know, so it's, like, that type of thing. And so, like, at a certain point in my life, I would have really been stressed and, like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But, like, I don't really care about all those details anymore. I just trust that, like, things are going to work out. But, and the result of this, though, guys, like, really, I guess the teaching that's relevant here is that of sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, I decided I was going to make sanctuary for myself, and that's exactly what I did. And so, wherever you are, you guys, if you're, like, dealing with houselessness or the threat of that even, you know, don't even give that, like, your attention. Like, give your attention on victory. Like, keep your eye on the prize, you know, like, know that everything is provided. And then when the universe instructs you to do certain things to take care of the roof over your head, you know, you'll gladly do them. You'll do them thankfully, because, like, it'll be, like, easy, right? Everything's provided, you guys. Okay. That's really what I have to say about it. And I've been working hard, you know, and, like, I've been like, beaten up, you know what I'm saying? I've been a warrior in this, Crespi. I want you to know, bro. I've been a warrior in this. Like, I've gone up against battle-worn You said your second credit card got denied, lowered your credit score. Man, fuck that whole game. Fuck that whole game too, right? That credit stuff. That's why I'm getting evicted from this place. Like the lady like brought me in, and I was like, I got credit stuff. She's like, I don't worry about it. I put in the application, and then it came back denied. And then she was like, oh fuck. But it like wasn't really jiving anyway. I feel like I can't like be even loud in here because it's like in a condo or something, or like a townhouse. There's like somebody right there, somebody right there. So this place wasn't the best. But like I did such a good job today. Like the universe said, go ahead and take a sip of beer, which I like never do. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for having been alerted to these possibilities. They check your score. You living there already? Well, no. Here's the thing. Like the gal kind of brought me in. Like she hasn't rented or dealt with like renting or whatever. Like she's probably had this place for like 18 years or something. And it's like a terrible place to raise a child. Anyway, she raised her kid here. And I'm going to clear this place out with my bowls and stuff. But anyway. And so she was unfamiliar with like the real estate crisis and all this and like what it's like with like credit. Like I've been like denied credit on my student loan. It's not even on my credit report. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it disappeared. I never want to fucking see it again on another credit report or I'll sue. Like pretty much, and I called the credit report people. Let me tell you what I did, Crespi. First of all, it's been on there for 7 years. They need to fucking lose that shit. Second of all, I called them and I said, who the fuck says I owe them money? Oh, why don't you give me some kind of proof that I owe them money, please? Because I don't remember owing anybody shit. And I just filed a complaint like that. That's one thing I did. I don't know if it helps or hurts my case, but that's how I feel about it. It was like, they're trying to tell me I owe like an ambulance bill. I was like, I signed something with a fucking, my head busted open and got sent a bill. What, my head was busted open? Okay. Okay, get that the fuck off my credit report. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, dude, from fucking 10 years ago. Get that the fuck off my credit report. And that's the attitude I take with it. Also, I want to say Wood for Floors is here. I'm going to follow you. Nice artwork. Look, dude, here's the thing, man. All this shit's a scam, dude. All these little fucking tricks. Like, there's like a... After 7, it's supposed to. It really is. Anyway, dude, there's like just a major, like, there's this wall, right? There's this like invisible line type shit. And like, if you're like on one side, like the security or information infrastructure, or if you're a specialist or something like that, you like peek through this little, and you like see all this shit going on. And you see just the fraud wrapped up in the drugs, wrapped up in the gangs. You see everybody watching one another. Everybody's all spooked out in 5 fucking directions. And you know what? I ain't got fucking time for it, dude. I got one life, bro. I'm not trying to fucking worry about credit. Let me tell you that much. If credit comes up or something in my life, I'll call this motherfucker and say, get the fuck off my credit. That's all I really care about it, though. As far as Donald Trump goes, man, is he trying to, like, fuck with the right people? You know what? Jesus is weed. Donald Trump will have that fucking talk. I'm ready for the feds, dude. I'll explain it. If you're fucking, all of your laws based on the Bible, we're going to read every little page of that beautiful composition right there. That inspired work of the Lord. Mm. And guys, your gang stalkers or whatever, if you're on the biometric fucking feedback program with the government, if you're on the fuck you list, they can like see exactly what you're thinking. They see exactly what you're feeling. They can actually predict what you'll do. But like if they do this, he'll probably do this based on where he's at right now. This type of biofeedback. And basically like with totally, dude, totally. So basically you are pretty much plugged in. So I don't really know the technology. It's probably like nano computing things that people will have be exposed to somehow. There's also just simple remote like satellite technology. Like if you're nearby, you can point basically a machine at me and you see my bio rhythm type stuff. You see my imprint there on the machine. It recognizes me. And you can like basically you can send through really mechanical means, very crude means in fact. You can deliver like messages to your consciousness, right? So it's really crude, right? Like so you can basically direct messages at people, and it's really you can get them on a maybe a almost inaudible thing to where you think you're having the thought, and they can sort of read your thought and stuff. So they take feedback on, they can read your mind in sophisticated ways. But if you're having a thought, it's actually located like there's a particular area they can read. It's located like by your I don't know, somewhere by your mouth or something like that, like where the brain goes. Like you can actually like see the articulations that you're thinking, bro. So yeah, it's called synthetic telepathy. And so they can read what you're doing with these types of technologies, and then they can use like simple like voice to skull things to where they can say, "This is the voice of Allah. Tell us everything about the terrorist plot." And then you're like, or they say like, "Take bus 6 because you always get harassed on the train," and then on bus 6 you get more harassment. Or they say, "You need to kill all these motherfuckers. You know, you need to fucking just take a gun in the movie theater and fucking blow everybody up." Like they say that type of shit probably, or they just fucking human traffic the fuck out of the world, bro. So I'm saying, you see the fucking fraud and all the different shit like plugged into one another, dude, at a certain point. Yeah, okay. So I think you understand now. Okay. So against that, dude, I feed that system fucking love, dude. They don't know what to do with it. Like, and my being is already going off. Like, I hold my own space, you know? Like, I have a certain intention, and I am the creator here. Nobody's gonna come in here and create nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, and they have, like, you know, tricky ways to get in, but I fucking see those tricks, you know? And really, the biggest trick, because, like, a pretty sophisticated trick that I wasn't ready for, is just to feed it love, dude. And, like, they pretty much are gonna have to fuck off at a certain point, because, like, that's all the response they're going to get, because, like, that's all I am. And that's really, and honestly, like, it's a two-way communication system, right? So if they're feeding something to you, you can tell them shit. I think the less connected we are to the internet, the tech, so they can get. Well, that's true. They do rely heavily on surveillance to develop their program. Actually, they feed all of your data into an AI, and it develops a weaponized harassment program specific to you. That's what happens. So the NSA sends it on over to DHS. Yeah, that's what happens. These are all former military. Anyway, in the midst of all that, right? I'm like maintaining and like I don't mention this to many people because they'll think I'm crazy. Like I know what the fuck is going on though. I have a pretty good sense of myself. I also have always had a pretty good grip on my own reality. I've always been pretty hard headed about it, and it served me well. You know what I'm saying? It's kept me grounded. It's kept me alive through a murder program. I mean, you're talking character assassination, or at least. I mean, what I've been exposed to is a murder, easily murder people with it for sure. Yeah. But I don't allow any of that. In fact, I just want to borrow the computer, please. Like pretty much like I'm probably like you can probably see what I'm seeing and stuff like that. Like it's probably like that. So there's no reason I shouldn't have the fucking internet right now. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have the fucking internet already. I shouldn't. I should be able to Google shit with the computer. Yeah. And they log everything, and then they'll like kind of compile it and look for keywords and shit. So I'll lay it down for them. I'll be like, yo, this is my message, right? This is what I do. This is what I do with it. Shoe bomb, shoe bomb, shoe bomb, shoe bomb, shoe bomb. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Underwear, underwear bomb, shoe bomb, Unabomber. Attention, attention. You know what I'm saying? Attention, future criminal prevention. Attention, affiliate staff. Attention, contracted employees. I love you. I'm only of love. I'm not a criminal. I'm standing in righteousness. And you should do the same. I always drop research. The effects of laying of hands on transplanted human breast cancer cells in mice. Journal of Scientific Exploration, year 2000. And then the computer just gets logged with Jesus' weed. Check the Bible. Check the script. The fucking shoe bomb. The fucking computer just gets backlogged on like this little activity, and then they read that, and then like that's what we talk about next time whenever they come by. And like they're just doing their jobs, and they're just former military. You know, they probably wanted bread on the table. You know, huh? And I love y'all for that. I love America. I'm a motherfucking American. Let me tell you, one of the finest you'll find. I fucking sing a good song about it, and I'm fucking down to the end, to the beginning. You understand? I'm the Alpha and the Omega America, which is slightly beyond America, you guys. And like whenever America's all ready, here we are. You know what I'm saying? This is what America was destined for. It's a Christian nation by all legal fucking forensics. And because how hard is a fraud? How hard does a fraud stand? Is a fraud even going to be law at that point when it's clearly fraud? How fucking hard does that go? Or how weak is it compared to the everlasting facts of the matter, huh? how hard does the trick go? Dude, check the prophet Ezekiel 13, lucky number 13. He prophesies against all the fucking fake ass prophets, man, and their fucking tricks. He prophesies. I mean, he says, your fucking wall. Oh, remember the wall everybody's talking about? It says, I'm a fucking. Here's what he says, dude. The Lord commands the prophet to say this. He says, I'm going to rain like hail and fire and shit, and your wall is going to be down. And they're going to say, whenever your wall's gone, they're going to say, what happened to all the whitewash you put on the wall? That's what they're going to ask you. That's what God told Ezekiel to say. And then Ezekiel said, so as a son of man, I am writing this, and I say that the fucking heavens will rain down, and I say they're going to, you know what I'm saying? He prophesies, and that's, so I'm saying it's like, it's showing you, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to prophesy in order to manifest this stuff. These are scientific principles we're working with, okay? So prophecy is like a tool, right? Like, you have to understand these things because it's a powerful tool for victory, right? Okay, but yeah, check that Ezekiel. He's talking about and he says, look, like, why don't you call the people home? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're out there prophesying, like, kind of just lying to people, but you're putting all this energy into it. Why don't you do something, man? Mm-hmm. You know what else he said? He said, you're out here, you're sowing you're basically luring the dead along in their death. You know what I'm saying? You're like reviving the dead in their death, which is not helping anybody. And then the living, you're not giving them anything. You're just giving them a little piece of fraud. So, I mean, look, guys, it's easier to come correct. That's what I'm saying. Whenever we do right and we submit to, like, our destiny, right? Which is the normal, like, thing to do, which feels good, and it's, like, ways of love or like, indicative of this place. Everything's a lot easier, and there is a lot less violent. What time is it there? It is 10:42 p.m. 10:42 p.m. on a Thursday, March the 9th, 2017, Gregorian is what time it is. You're going to bed. Okay, we'll conclude this broadcast. Thank you. Thank you.